Welcome back to Being Guillén, here with the Guillén boys. We got my boy One
Guillén boys, and I'm more of a man. Senior.
So One's happy. We're getting breaking news that it's not official yet, but
it's official.
It's official.
It's official.
Cristiano Ronaldo will be in Manchester United. I will obviously be a Man U fan now. I have a team in England. And then Ozzy's. What, do you like your hat? I guess.
Yeah, I love it. Nice. By the way, how you be excited about some guy you even know go to play somewhere? When is your mom's birthday?
It's my mom's birthday. We're gonna get into that. So this week
how that happened? Like this? Oh, Ronaldo.
We were gonna get.
My mom told me to make sure I said that it was her 49th birthday.
49th birthday. I'm gonna catch her. I'm about to catch her. No, so the week was crazy. The week was.
She's been 49 for the last.
It was a busy week. You were off for 5 days. In between shows, you were off from your other gig doing pre-games, so you were full-time grandfather with the kids, which my wife and I really appreciated. And then we had a men's baseball league. Our series is still tied 1-1. Probably one of the craziest things I've ever seen in a baseball game ever. The commissioner charged.
Why are you gonna say this?
I'm gonna say that. I'm just saying
this
because it's such a crazy week.
That guy look bad.
I'm just saying it was such a crazy week. And then obviously last night, at midnight, it's Ibis' birthday, my mother. So this morning, obviously, we kicked it off with breakfast with mom. And again, happy birthday to probably the most important person in our lives, meaning when Ozzy was having the luxury of playing baseball and, facing Randy Johnson, my mom had to deal with myself and my brother Oni and Asne, which sometimes made Randy Johnson look like a walk in the park.
Yeah, it's like he was flipping balls to me.
We gave our great producers some pictures. Here, this was years ago. The Della. My mom's got her Madrid jersey. Just obviously, my mom, like Ozzy said, has been mom and dad throughout the years. Rock solid. Literally the most important person in our lives. And she does great by everyone. I mean, great grandmother, amazing mother, takes care of everything. Still to this day. Great advice. I mean, I couldn't think of a better example. I know everyone, you're biased to your own mother, but I think we've lucked out with my mom and really fit into the baseball world, which is hard to do. Was around the game for 25, 30 plus years. So I know they're watching us at home. I know they're eating. Adela's probably driving them crazy, but happy birthday. We love you and happy 42.
I think with all the respect, baseball wife, woman's girlfriend, whatever it is, I think she's to me is the best. She was first of all, she got to deal with me. That's not easy place, but have a wife life. It's not easy in baseball. It's not. It's the worst thing about it. A lot of people say, "Whoa, they make millions and millions and millions of dollars. They can buy anything they want. They can go do this stuff." Not that many wives. If you marry with a trophy wife, yes. But when you marry with a real wife, the one take care of your family, worry about your family, school, class, paying bills, all that stuff, it's not an easy life at all. And God, thank God. A lot of people say, "Now, thank God I had the main man put me this one to be my wife, and it could have been better than that."
Yeah, they met at a bus stop.
Yes.
And all those years ago, Ozzy, I don't know, he gave his best flirting line. God knows what it was. But here we are.
So I wanted to say
62 years later.
So 78 years later.
So I wanted to say this. So everyone always asks me about, everyone thinks that my love and passion for baseball obviously comes from my dad, that Ozzy took me to a game and held my hand and said, "This is baseball." It wasn't like that. I think a lot of my mom made it a point when we were growing up that we loved and respect the game that had given us so much. She made Ozzy get, season tickets back then because the family had to sit way further so we could be closer to the field. She made sure to take us to all the games, even on school nights.
So pajamas.
I'm saying, even on school nights. So a lot of kids, they were my mom always made sure that baseball was around us and that we appreciated the game and that we watched the game. We weren't allowed to just go around and play. We were literally watching games. So it's like a forced love of baseball, but now we love it because not only did we get to play, and obviously her great advice throughout life of, there's more to the game than just playing it, but all those advice. But I think the passion of making sure that she liked baseball so much, of making us watch it, because I think something that's very unique, not all baseball kids' families are built the same. I have friends that don't like baseball. They could care less about baseball. They don't like it. They don't want to be around it. They hold grudges against baseball because baseball took their dad away from us. I think we're the opposite. I think we love baseball more than you do.
Yes, that's 100% right.
We love watching it. We love talking about it. Our whole life, and I think the older we get, we still play. You know, when you're.
How about this? Your mom said she's regret to go to the Major League Baseball. Regret forever, and I don't think she will be back in the game.
Well,
before we jump into our first topic, I honestly think that my mom is enjoying her after being 30 years in MLB. I think she's enjoying the last few years of downtime of, you know,
no stress.
My dad being on TV, also doing the show Love You to Baseball. There's not a lot of stress that comes along with that when you are part of an MLB team playing or definitely managing. A lot of long nights drinking, a lot of stressful nights. Get more gray hairs. So it's a lot more laid back.
It's laid back, but again, I think that she's always been there. But I want to talk about, and this is going to jump right into the next topic. We're going to call it the biggest winners and losers of the week. It's where we do the breakdown of, sorry, don't take it personal. If you are considered a loser, it happens. I've been a loser many times in my life.
You did take it personal.
And sometimes, good for you. I'm saying that sometimes I've been a winner, and you've been both. And this person, which is the reason why I love him so much, is because his career has not been perfect, on or off the field. Has not come with no controversy. And ironically, his mother is actually the person that showed him how to play the game of baseball. Well, that young lady at one point never thought that she'd have the first Venezuelan to ever hit 500 home runs. And I was super excited, not only because of Miggy hitting it, because I never doubted his talent, but the fact that his family was able to witness it, and his kids and his daughter and his wife were all there, because I know it was a lot of pressure. I know Miggy was
told you last week.
And Oni said the guarantee
that it was going to happen in Canada.
In Toronto.
I wish we could run it back. I told you guys it was going to happen in Canada. So Miggy, because, you know, obviously you'd want it to happen at home, but it didn't. And it also came in a very important they were down 1-0.
Well, he's got 595, 502.
All of a sudden he's starting to get hot. You know, he's thinking about 3,000, probably get it early next year. But congrats to Miguel Cabrera. Well deserved. Amazing. This generation's probably top 2 right-handed hitter in the history of baseball for the last 15 years. You guys got to see a Triple Crown. Not everyone gets to see that.
Can I say
when was the last Triple Crown?
Ted Williams.
Ted Williams. No, Yastrzemski. Who was it?
Yaz.
Yaz was the last one. It doesn't happen all the time. Vlad was flirting with it for the last month.
Barry flirted with it a couple times.
Miguel Cabrera actually did it in the American League, being a slow runner.
And hurt.
Yeah, and not he's been banged up a lot. This guy is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and don't forget, because people always think Miguel already has a ring. Mm-hmm. He won. He won with the Florida Marlins, now the Miami Marlins, but he already has that ring. He is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and I love the fact that he did it in cities not very.
You know what I love? You know what? No, but you know what I love about it? You know what I love about it?
People wear a Detroit Tigers uniform.
MLB TV is interviewing him. You know, MLB, the TV, they want you to go in. Today's game of baseball players wants to be more philosophical than philosophical. They want to talk about life and the planet, and this is what I was feeling, and I went to a yoga instructor. And they asked him the typical question, what were you feeling? And Miguel said nothing. He said, I felt nothing when I was running the bases. Like, I hit it. I felt very light, like it was off my shoulders. Miguel, I think that he's going to be a type of player. Miguel enjoys playing. I think the numbers come with it. I think he just loves being a player, loves joking with the guys, loves being in the field, being on the field. I think that that's what he loves in the game. And I'm going to say this right now.
Will he be unanimous?
He's not going to be unanimous because not everyone's unanimous.
No,
only one guy.
No, one guy will say no. There's got to be that person. But I think that for Miguel, for example, though, I don't think Major League Baseball gave him the credit that a 500 home run has.
Never did.
Because I think that with the steroid era and 500 becoming like the new no-hitter.
It's like watered down.
But when you look back and you start looking at the list of the guys that have done it, and you start having to put clean versus dirty or speculations, Miggy's had a lot of problems off the field. and you can Google it and find out, which is
it's well documented.
It's well documented, but none of it is around any of that. Okay, none of it is around sticky ball, sticky bat, sticky uniform, cork, steroids. None of it has ever been linked to that. So that's the part where I think that it makes it so much unique.
I don't think anyone's ever said that Miguel Cabrera is a great home run hitter. No, I think if we look back on it, he's one of the guys that has the highest batting average of guys that hit.
And our guy Frank Thomas, by the way, I did not know that.
Guys that hit 500 home runs. Basically, these guys are just great hitters, not power hitters that would drive.
But that's my favorite type of thing.
Awesome.
I love that.
And my favorite thing about Miguel, before we jump into our next topic, was that if you look at his batting average in the 7th inning or on,
he's a monster.
When he was in his prime,
against the good ones too.
He would crush great pitching, and he would, when he got hits, it was with the game on the line. I don't know if that means a lot, but I always thought that was a big deal.
I was around him. I think Miguel likes winning, and I love the fact that he has not been a diva and asked the Tigers ownership, trade me, I'm worth this. And people were asking him how many years Miguel's going to play his whole career. I think 2 more years. Miguel Cabrera, and we've seen what the Tigers have done, and you guys know how I feel about AJ Hinch, but you cannot hate on the success that he's having with a team that I did not think were going to play this well, to be honest, playing just as good as my Pickaboo tribe. If the Tigers make a couple moves and they start competing in the Central, okay, I'm not saying they're going to win anything. I'm talking about competing. And Miguel Cabrera starts feeling that energy again. He could be a great guy on a team to be a DH and produce and help younger guys figure that out of how to win and how to have fun in baseball. I just really think that.
By the way, I don't know what I was. I think I was doing the game. And when your mom say he did it, I start crying.
Yeah, I mean, we posted the video on our page.
No, I started crying right away.
My mom and everybody, we were going live on every at bat. My family saw it. It's very historic, not only because he's from our home country, but it's a guy that we literally grew up with.
Went to his wedding. So
from one end of the spectrum to another, it's like Miguel Cabrera is on the back end of his career. And I know our next topic, we'll talk about the young sensation that is
Wander Franco. So Wander Franco, unfortunately,
who looks
by the way, runner up. Okay, and he had to get a runner up because this guy got 500. So Wander, our apologies, but if Miguel doesn't get the 500, you easily have the best week because 21-year-old player, everyone always talks about hitting streaks. Sometimes balls don't drop. But I am a believer in analytics, and a lot of guys don't believe it. I love guys getting on base. You get on base because you got hit by a pitch. You got hit on base because you got walked, a wild pitch, forced strikeout swing, and you got to – getting on base to me is so important. I think a lot of the success that this young man has had is because he's gotten on 25 or more consecutive games on base.
Wow.
So I'll tell you this much. Anyone who's on a team that drives in runs wants a guy like Wander Franco hitting in front of him.
I think we are witnessing, if our producer's stats are correct, which they usually are, Ken Griffey Jr. was the last guy to do it, and before him, Roberto Alomar. If you're in that company with those guys, probably means you're going to have a pretty good career.
Even if you have halfway,
right?
Even if you if you go I'm going to do half of Griffey, you're like, well, that guy just made a couple mil.
That's pretty good air to be in. He's as good as advertised. He's only going to get better.
I like him because he's a baseball player.
Like you could tell that he's
you tell us
real deal.
You covered him. The Sox just played the Rays, so obviously you got to see him.
He played the game right. He played the game the right way. He's go out there and play the way I like it. Not the way he's been told. A lot of people say, "Oh wow, we need this, we want this, we want that." Yesterday we was talking about the days just before and now. Why I'm so into this is a bunch of crap. I said, why? Oakland A's, talking about Tampa Bay, because Tampa Bay is the best organization for the last 5 years, no doubt. And Oakland A's was same way. I say, look at the Oakland A's ball club. I say, they believe in this, they believe in that, they believe in that. I respect that. I don't agree with it, but I respect that. How many Oakland A's players went to the Hall of Fame? They was talking about Ricky Henderson,
Rollie
Finger, Reggie Jackson. Say, okay, how many science analytics people go there, how many players they made to be a Hall of Fame? No one. No one. Then that's why I say Tampa Bay and have a kid like that, nobody even know who he is, or some play the way he is.
Well, but I think Tampa.
It's not easy, man.
People are confused with analytics. I think
there's also 6,000 people at the Tampa game. Come on.
Yeah, go see this guy. I think Wander is like Altuve.
The thing is, first,
they've always been the first.
Best division in the game.
But I think
listen,
best division.
Go
see Tampa.
Support them, please.
Tampa support it. Right. Does not move it. The team.
It's not right. Let's go to Vegas. Then.
I've been to the Trop.
I don't mind the Trop.
Ozzie was on the Tampa Bay Devil Rays for a year.
Played.
The Trop is not that bad.
It's not an excuse. By the way, there's not a lot going on in St. Pete. People are like, oh, St. Pete's got so much going on.
Yes, it does. A lot of old people riding on a bike.
But I'm saying they'll go to the games. But
please, man, support that team.
This is why I like Wander Franco. Okay, you're an organization like the Tampa Rays. Okay, meaning their scouting department is not only old school, it's a new school. He is so talented at a natural level that they're doing what Houston did with Altuve. Let him run free. Let him run wild. Let him play. Let him swing. The difference is when you don't get a guy like Wander, which is something that Oakland has been critiqued for, where you try to control a guy and say, hey, don't be a free swimmer. It's like if you play baseball in this era and they said, Ozzie, take more pitches. Don't be a free. I think as much as they say that it would have helped you, I think it affects you. You told Vladimir Guerrero, don't swing the balls. Greatest bad ball hitter of all time. So I think that's why Wander, and we're going to keep talking about a lot of him because he's shocked a lot of people. Again, I don't count, okay? I'm a baseball junkie, meaning I consume everything baseball. Baseball is everything that I watch on TV. So I don't count Wander Franco and the Rays. You guys need to go watch Wander Franco and the Rays. Because
if you're not watching Wander Franco and the Rays, go watch the Baltimore Orioles.
It's the Orioles. Okay, so the Orioles were a team that in the beginning I had hope for. And Alivino always said bet against them. That was his whole thing in the beginning of the year. And I think the Alivino was not wrong with this one. The Baltimore Orioles, unfortunately, Ozzie will like this because he's not a huge fan of that organization.
And they beat Otani. They beat
that's the best part. So whoever took the Orioles on that gambling night a day.
They went deep 3 times.
The Orioles are the biggest losers of the week.
I'm
saying though, is it the week
of the year?
I'm saying though, are they the winners because they won a game? Because that game meant so much. So imagine you losing.
I love the
19 consecutive games. You want to talk about clubhouse energy and clubhouse chemistry? The fact that everyone has all their limbs and no one has chased everyone down. Tony La Russa said a couple words to Seby Zavala up by 11 games in first place, and you gave up a home run to. He's taking everybody deep. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. has taken everybody deep this year. And Tony had a moment where he kind of lost it. Do you imagine Tony in Baltimore?
Okay,
he should get the manager of the year. How do you manage?
Manager of the Orioles.
I'm glad.
High, right?
Hey, by the way, I'm glad you touched that subject with Tony. I'm very disappointed by Tony La Russa. I'm a big, huge fan of Tony. That's a percent because Zavala. Besides Zavala, they had 25 players, maybe 30 through the season, maybe 35. And Tony picked in the weak link. Very bad. Why? Because a lot of players out there do worse thing than Zavala did. First of all, the guy was pitching is a veteran guy. Veteran guy. He's not a kid. He's not what sis. He was a veteran kid. Also, you're getting these guys behind just to what? And I see guys running the bases. Hold on, running the bases, saying stuff, saying stuff on TV. They should say, and Tony La Russa never said anything. All of a sudden, you're going to pick in this kid. Tony, I got you here. I'm always big.
It was
that day.
It was a 3-0. It was a 3-0 count. It happened in Toronto. Tony was apparently telling Zavala, "Look at me." He didn't. They lay in the pitch of Vladdy. Vladdy gets a hit. So scores.
Yeah, but the thing is, who's pitching? Cis was pitching, or Lopez was pitching. Who else? A young kid. Crochet was pitching.
Anybody, by the way.
I'm with you, Tony. Never pick a fight you can lose. Pick on the weak link.
Yeah, you know what? I was very upset.
So he ain't doing that to TA.
No, he's not.
No, TA, he don't do that. When Keiko says stuff about him, yes, he did. Keiko called up Tony La Russa 5 times this season. Tony La Russa never responds back.
So talking about, since we got into this topic, he said, "Look at me." You guys know I always play these funny scenarios in my head. I said, "Look at what?" I couldn't find you. You were hiding in the back. So this is the funny part. I think Seby was trying to surprise Vladdy. Like this guy, I think this guy's not gonna think.
Pitching?
No, but I'm saying no, but that's why I think Lynn. But wait, that's why I think I want him to ask Lynn.
Okay, by the way, if you want to, Tony Russa, look at me. I'm your boy, and I love you to death. I do love you and respect you. Tony, if you don't want to face it, walk him. Have some guts and walk him.
No, but that's what I mean. No. But I think the kid was telling him. This is the part that I was confused.
He was gonna take.
No, maybe. I'm not. So he's so hot that Vladdy's like, they're not gonna pitch me.
Okay.
And Lynn was like, I'm gonna. You do dumb things when you're on the mound. I'm gonna put one by him and surprise him because the kid never moves. He's set up right down the middle. Again, I think that point. But talking about the reason that this.
Okay, wait, no. Because I gotta keep going this for once, just for 1 second. Give me 1 second. Then he's talking with Zavala, and the guy throw the ball and bite him.
Yeah,
he don't say anything.
You gotta talk to both of them.
No guts.
No, you gotta.
I don't care. And I will see you tonight in the game. I will be on the field, and I hope you listen to what I say, and you can confirm it.
You gotta ask both guys. You gotta sit down. Hey, say what?
No. This kid's got 2 months in the big game.
That's what I'm saying.
This guy running for Cy Young, and you don't know who to go to pitch to it, and you gotta get in the guy. That's why when I told Garland, you better hit that guy. Don't do it. I told Garland that. I don't told AJ.
Correct.
No, that's why I say I don't like it.
I'm surprised he didn't talk to Lynn as well. I thought he was gonna lose.
I don't like it.
You know who doesn't get this flack?
I don't like it.
Little leaguers. They don't get yelled at by
their
manager.
So can I say this real quick though? Can we consider an award for the Baltimore Orioles manager or any manager that's in a situation? Because everyone always talks about it's easy being the manager of a team that's up 12 games up. I don't care how much controversy you have. You're winning. But the manager that loses 19 consecutive games.
Wow.
19 consecutive games. That means for 19 days, or more than half of a month, you're going to the stadium knowing that you're going to get rolled. Okay,
I feel I'm
just saying though, you're mental. If I'm an owner, I said, man, maybe he's not the greatest X's and O guy, but boy, is he tough. Because taking a beating like that is something that you know. So again, I give him credit. Again, I think that they're doing so many things there. They're trying to be, and again, they're in the. I feel so bad for them. It's like Kansas City's bad, but they're like in a division where like you can survive. These guys are bad, and every week it just gets like. You face like every week you're like, oh my god, like who faces it? Toronto.
Yeah, and you remember the first series of the year, the Orioles beat the Red Sox.
Yeah, but this is why it's 162 games and not a COVID season. But talking about where the dream starts, one of the hardest things for me to watch on TV because I love it, yet I hate it. Why do I hate it? Is because you see kids wear their emotions on their sleeves. I actually watched the first game for this Little League World Series that I watched this season was my local team. Hinsdale was in the tournament, and they were getting rolled 14-0. Okay,
no mercy.
No mercy rule happened, and the kid collapsed on the mound. He literally collapsed, and the dad, who I think was one of the coaches, or dad, came out
he picks him up.
But it was like you know, like when you're like dead weight, and I just feel bad because that's what big leaguers feel like. By the way. When the ball's hit off a big leaguer, he feels like he can collapse in front of everybody, but they just don't. They do what Tony does. Tony wishes when they hit the ball, Tony wishes he could have just collapsed. Listen, that's someone pick off.
I don't know who you are. I mean,
it's the greatest thing on TV. It's Little League World Series.
The Little League World Series is great, and if you get lucky enough, I always like when they ask the kids like, "Who's your favorite player? What's your favorite food?" I always enjoy that. There's a guy right now. I think he's from Carolina or California. He's like a young Chris Sale. He struck out.
Oh, God. No hitters.
Struck at like 15.
Skinny too.
That's just like you. Yeah, that's 48 feet of straight gas.
So you see the kid that's facing him. He tried to become like a little guy. He said, "This guy's like it." So the kid's there. So that's the first. And then the young lady who's catching.
Yeah.
Okay. Regardless, again, I know we have to say her sex. Regardless if it's a little girl or a little boy,
pretty cool.
This girl can catch. She's legit. She can hit. She's carrying it. This is the thing. When you're in that tournament, it's not a tournament you can buy in, and that's why I love the Little League World Series. Like you can't buy yourself into the tournament. To get to the Little League World Series, any team that's on the TV, you've already made it.
Yes,
because you've already beat like
your goal is to get to Williamsport.
I'm saying that we played Little League. That was our dream. Like your goal is to get to Williamsport, and obviously Venezuela's won it in the past.
Actually, when I was growing up, I didn't play Little League. I was straight into travel.
I
thought Little League was. For wusses.
So, but I wanted to play Williamsport so bad because it literally is, and that's why Major League Baseball is doing a great job because those memories for those kids are going to be there forever. Most 99.9 is not going to be a big leaguer.
Cody Bellinger, Todd Frazier.
Todd Frazier won it.
Yeah, we remember Almonte. He was 28 pitching in the Little League World Series, striking out 102 guys.
No, but I love the Little League World Series because again, it's a moment, and again, it's a moment where we get to see.
What's the guy? Almonte, he went from there to the draft.
Almonte.
He went from there to draft.
We get to see also when people talk about that the game is different and like it's so divided, and it's not. When you see a kid who's not Latino, who's not from Atlanta, and they say, "Who's your favorite player?" And he says Ronald Acuna Jr. Okay, and you got another kid saying Tatis. And you got a kid, so you got another kid saying Ohtani. It shows you like the kids that are loving the game and are watching the game, the kids that Major League Baseball needs to double down, they're watching baseball. Okay, these kids could be playing video games. They're watching the game. They're in it. They're having a good time. They're the thing. And it gives me my greatest memories. And last time we were talking when we were preparing for the show about what's your greatest memory as a little leaguer. You know, when you were a little kid, you said that you guys moved from one town to the other and you would drive in a bus 2.5 hours on the weekend so you could keep playing with the kids that you grew up playing. I think that I wasn't a travel ball guy like Oni, but I love my memories of Little League because literally I love how you got drafted when you went to school, like the kids' parents picked you up and then like you got picked by some coach.
Before the Guillén Guarantee, my favorite Little League memory was when the man that was taking care of me put a jersey on from another kid and told me, your name this weekend is Mike Mucha. And I said,
so you were doing a Daniel Michael.
I said, I'm sorry. He goes, yes, you're not on our roster, but I was basically brought on as a ringer. Over here in Orland Park. What the worst thing was that back then I was raking. I literally hit like 1,000 in this tournament. The umpire sees my name on the back of my jersey. It says 33 Mucha, and I'm playing shortstop. He looks at my glove, and my glove says Guillén. And the umpire looks at me. He laughs. He goes, "Ozzy son, huh?" And I'm like, no, Mucha. And the guy goes, "Sure you are." And he laughs. By the way, I run in the dugout. I tell the guy, I'm like, all the kids are white like Weber.
Everyone.
Just white. And I was there like this. Like, hi, my name's Mike. Not believable. Like, the shirt was huge on me. I was, like, really tan. And the guy's like, don't worry, you'll be fine. I'm like, this is illegal. We're cheating. We were cheating. I was the Astros before the Astros in Orland Park. It was bad.
I think it's funny because that same dad had me close a game. And this was like when we were like
15, he brought Ozzy to play with us when we were on a 13-year-old team. Ozzy's 15 with a little corn stash. He's got a little Mexican stash.
And I was closing it.
And the guy's closing it. I'm like, this guy's pitching? Man, he might have kids already. Ozzy drove to the game. He drove to the game. I was like, this is bad.
And then they go, Daddy.
Yeah. I'm like, dude,
I didn't think it was a big deal. It's funny you mentioned that because it's really like in the 13
you were 2 years older.
When I got to the field and I said everybody stretch, I said, "Oh, I look a little way older than these kids."
I was like, "You have hair on your chest, and you're playing against these guys." So
it's funny. I got thrown out of home plate in that game.
Yeah, but I have some really good. Obviously this weekend is Cubs Sox. It starts off today. I think last time the Sox swept the Cubs. Obviously, you're gonna keep playing the Sox. The one series that I'm really looking forward to is Atlanta versus the Giants in Atlanta. I'm gonna take Atlanta. They're probably going to be underdogs because the Giants, if you haven't been keeping up, the Giants just don't lose. The Giants and the Dodgers just don't lose. But I'm going to take the upset with Atlanta, and I'm going to parlay it with Chicago.
Do you think the White Sox sweep the Cubs?
You could give them. Where is it?
Yes.
It's at Sox Park?
Yes.
Oh, it's a sweep. It's a clean sweep. I mean, the Cubs are literally pathetic. Who's on the Cubs? Nico Horner.
Well, Hendricks is getting destroyed. Like their pitching is supposed to be good.
And the Sox are coming off right now playing tough teams.
Yeah.
They played 500. They're going to look at the Cubs pitching and say, this
is my Guillén guaranteed. My Guillén guaranteed.
My guarantee, Wrigley Field going to be a packed house Sunday.
Oh, for the Ventura concert? Yes. Most fans are going to be going to Ventura. I'm going to say this right now. Guillén guaranteed. TA makes a comment
about we're the best.
We're the best team. It's going to be that. It's going to be a very big marketing weekend for the White Sox media department. Okay, hold on. They've earned it. This is like a big marketing. This is the official weekend of when the baton is handed over from the Cubs to the White Sox. We're a Cubs fan. It happens, but I don't think he ever did it. Their potential of sweeping If I was a Cubs fan, couple of advice: don't wear Cubs jersey this weekend at the ballpark for the Sox. There's gonna be a lot of fights. And the other part is, which is crazy, a lot of arguments. If for some reason
it's at the cell, right?
Because I talked to Ladivino, and Ladivino's taking the Cubs 2 out of 3.
Ladivino might be doing,
Ladivino,
and might have to do a urine test. Check his urine.
Oh
I talked to Ladivino earlier on, and he was
Ladivino.
like, "Ozzy, you guys got the White Sox sweeping. I got 2 out of 3, the Cubs." And I said, "You crazy?" He said, "Yes, Cubs are going to be jumping up and down in the stands. White Sox fans are going to be fighting. They're going to be mad." But this is the Cubs World Series, so who knows what Ladivino's thinking?
By the way, it's hot in Chicago, so people will be drinking from very, very.
So by the way, just stay safe. But
the Red Sox are also on the road versus the Indians.
So this is
also play them.
So I gotta say something right now about this weekend for the Red Sox, and that's gonna be my end.
You gotta be able to sweep.
Hold on.
2 out of 3.
This is a weekend where the Red Sox are in it or out. Okay, I've watched a lot of peekaboo baseball. Peekaboo's my tribe. I picked them to win the division. They've been struggling. We can't hit. That's the story. They can't pitch at some point. If the Red Sox do not come,
the Red Sox are playing the AL Central.
Okay,
right
but
now.
if they don't come and set the tone against Cleveland and just whoop on them and win this series and just build on that, and for some reason Cleveland takes this series,
pack it in.
I don't think because the other teams they're staying so hot that they need to be able to keep contending, and they can't lose a series to a team like the Guardians, who actually they're not very good at all at this point. Like at this point, if you played the Tigers and the Guardians, I wouldn't.
Why we calling them the Guardians?
Because by the way, I'm going to say that. Hold on.
Show.
By the way, I'm going to say that though because that's their official name. Their Twitter handle is still the Indians. So until their handle gets changed on Twitter, I'm going to call them the Indians.
Make sure you guys, I know a lot of you guys follow the page Being Guillén. We're gonna keep up to date. We got my mom a lot of cool gifts, and they did the decorations, and I'm sure it's a big ordeal. So stay tuned and keep out for those.
Keep
videos.
watching. Again, you can bet me, you can bet Ladivino. Those are the Guillén Guarantees. Thank you. Have a great
birthday, Ibis.
Happy birthday, Ibis.
Big news.
Indeed.
Can't tell you guys yet though.